Did you know that some body parts can also do things? In English, words like eye, elbow, and back aren't just nouns, they're also verbs. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use these words naturally in conversation so you can sound more like a native speaker. Let's get started. Eye. To look at somebody or something carefully or suspiciously. So in this video, when I use SB, I mean somebody, and STH, something. He eyed the cake hungrily before taking a bite. The security guard eyed me as I walked into the shop. So in the first case, I'm eyeing the cake, I'm looking at it carefully, imagining how good it's going to taste. In the second case, the security guard is eyeing me because he is suspicious. So sometimes people say eyeballing as well, so he's eyeballing me. Okay. Elbow. To rudely push or force your way past a person or people using your elbows. So you're trying to create more space around yourself. She elbowed her way to the front of the concert. And here, notice to elbow your way. So that's quite a common structure. She elbowed her way to the front, or she elbowed her way through the crowd. Or perhaps she elbowed her way past all of the people. That man elbowed me in the ribs as he got off the train. So I think we've all experienced this. Okay. Back. To support somebody or something with money or words. Okay, so we're not talking about support in the sense of physically holding something, but to support someone with your words or your money. The manager backed my idea for the new project. So the manager gave his support verbally. He told other people that he supported me and he was backing me. It also means to move in reverse or to cause to move in reverse. He backed the car into the driveway. So it's very common to hear this used with car, to back the car into the driveway, back the car into the parking space. The frightened dog backed into a corner. So here we have something, backing itself, moving in reverse. Next one, shoulder. To accept responsibility for something bad or difficult. So we typically shoulder blame, responsibility, or cost. He shouldered the blame for the mistake. So he accepted responsibility for the mistake. She had to shoulder a lot of responsibility at a young age. So here, shouldering responsibility, accepting it, even though perhaps it's a lot, for somebody very young. So imagine someone whose parents aren't really around, but they have younger brothers or sisters and they have to take care of them a lot. So as well as trying to go to school, they're also taking care of their younger siblings, making them dinner, looking after them, shouldering a lot of responsibility. Hand. To give something to someone from your hand to theirs. She handed me the keys to her car. And in this case, we're using the structure hand someone something. Someone me, something the keys. We can also follow it with a different structure. The waiter handed the menus to us. So here we are handing something the menus to someone, us. Finger, to touch or feel something with your fingers. She fingered the necklace nervously. So, yeah, touching it. It also means to report someone to the police. The police arrested him after a witness fingered him as the suspect. So imagine quite literally pointing out the suspect. He did it. He's the one. So to finger someone is to point them out as being guilty of committing some sort of crime. I just want to take a moment to ask you a couple of questions. Do you love English literature? And do you enjoy listening to audiobooks? If the answer is yes to both of those questions, then check out my new YouTube channel, Classics with M, where I read classic English literature, and you can read along with the PDFs, which you can download from my website. I'll pop the link down below in the description. Let's go back to the video. Foot. To pay an amount of money for something. My parents footed the bill for my university tuition. So that means that my parents paid for my university tuition. We all agreed to split the cost, but in the end, I had to foot the whole bill. So you can see in both examples here, I've said foot the bill. So this is, I think, pretty much always what we say, foot the bill. In other words, pay the whole bill. Stomach. Notice the pronunciation here. We don't say stomach, but stomach. Stomach. To endure or tolerate something unpleasant. Typically you stomach an idea of something, or you stomach a scene, a sight, something unpleasant. I can't stomach the sight of blood, so I can't endure it, I can't tolerate it. It's too horrible for me. It's not actually true. In my case, don't really mind the sight of blood. In fact, I love horror films, so stomaching gory things is not a problem for me. I can't stomach the thought of him becoming my boss. So when I came up with this example, I was imagining where you have a co-worker that you really don't like, and they're being promoted. So this co-worker, who's perhaps very unpleasant, is going to be promoted above you and made your boss. And you find that very difficult to accept. You can't stomach it. It's a terrible thought for you. Head. To lead a group or organisation. She headed the marketing team at her company. So head is a regular verb. Notice headed. And when a regular verb ends with a d sound, like head, then the ed ending is pronounced id. Head, headed. Add, added. Decide, decided. The same thing happens with verbs that end with a t sound. Like previously we had foot, so footed. Want, wanted. Hate, hated. Head also means to move in a particular direction. After the meeting, we headed straight to the cafe. So it's very common in English to say, oh, I'm just heading to the shops, or I'm heading out. It means I'm going to the shops, I'm going out. Where are you headed? Where are you going? Face. To confront somebody or something. You need to face your fears instead of running away. It also means to accept and deal with a difficult situation. he finally faced the truth about his mistakes. So he finally accepted it, accepted the truth. It's very often used with truth, face the truth, or face facts. It also means to turn in the direction of somebody or something. So turn to face your partner. You could also say, right now I am facing the camera. So I thought I'd add this in here as well, face the music. This is an idiom, to face the music. And it means to accept responsibility and consequences for something you have done. So typically you've done something bad or something that is going to have negative consequences. And now you have to face the music. You were caught cheating. Now it's time to face the music. So in other words, it's time to accept responsibility and face the punishment. Knee. This is our last one. To hit someone or something with your knee. She kneed her attacker in the groin and ran away. So the groin is the area between one's legs. So if you're being attacked, knee your attacker in the groin. He accidentally kneed the table while standing up. So he hit the table with his knee as he stood up. Thanks guys. If you enjoyed that and if you learnt something, then please do like the video and subscribe for more. And why not drop me a comment and let me know what you thought, or perhaps put an example sentence using one of these verbs. See you in the next video.